What are your thoughts on taking psychedelics for depression and emotional trauma?
The psychedelics are an interesting realm. I've experimented with them in the past. I don't do them anymore.
Hmm.
Um, for emotional trauma, a lot of people are using low dose psychedelics, especially psilocybin, to heal their trauma, and people are seeing good results with it, um, as long as it's done with qualified people. If you think you can take a high dose and recover from trauma and everything, you can get re-traumatized. Yeah, low dose psychedelics I know are being used for it. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't know. Yeah, because it works. My belief is it works by basically readjusting the mindset. Yeah, so when you're hallucinating, or not necessarily hallucinating, but when you're under the influence of psychedelics, your frame of mind, your frame of reference shifts. You're not projecting onto the world in the same way that you're used to doing, because you have an altered perception and you have an altered sense of reality. And that's a beautiful feeling for some people. And that altered sense of reality gives your brain a chance to rewire itself and not continuously program itself to expect the worst based on previous traumatic experiences. So you might get a different shift or perspective on how you relate to yourself or how you relate to the traumatic memory, etc. And that's what psychotherapy does as well in some way, is give you a paradigm shift on how you relate to the events in your life and to yourself and to the people around you. And just by changing the way you relate to things, it gives you a whole different aha moments, like, wow. And that suddenly untangles knots in your nervous system, in your mind, because you're not holding on to that fear response. And suddenly you're free, and then you don't get attacked while you're being free. Then your body feels safer and safer over time. Then you come out of that traumatic state. And so I believe that's how psychedelics work. And the thing is, though, in I guess spiritual medicine, well, there's a lot of psychedelics in spiritual medicine as well. Some people who see auras, they see that people who've taken a lot of drugs, though, have dark pockets or clouds in their aura. But maybe that's from really heavy drug use and abusing drugs and not doing it in the right way. Yeah, especially with heavy things like cocaine and heroin, etc. Those create a lot of dark clouds in the aura and contribute to depression, suicide, etc. I believe now, if you're prone to psychotic episodes and bipolar and stuff like that, you have to be careful with psychedelics, right? I don't know if there's enough research done on using psychedelics to heal trauma in psychiatric patients. I don't know that. I know it's being used for just normal anxiety and depression. I'm curious to see whether people recover from strong psychiatric illness
Hmm.
with psychedelics.
Yeah, I have a friend who suffered from debilitating ulcerative colitis, and it was either get surgery and remove his colon or do something else. And he found a administrator who gave him 5-MeO DMT, and which is a very powerful psychedelic. And that doctor told him that he had too much cortisol inside his body, which was causing inflammation. And the 5-MeO DMT helped to reduce it. And so now he's symptom free. And now he goes around preaching the use of psychedelics.
Wow, fantastic.
Yeah.
And does he still have to use the DMT, or he doesn't need it anymore because he's resolved the traumatic stuff in his mind?
Yeah, he doesn't use it anymore.
Yeah, it proves the point, right? That a lot of physical illness could be due to emotional stress and traumatic memories, right? And relating to life in a very stressful way. And if you're given the chance to readjust your mindset and come out of negative thinking, stressful mode of operation, etc., physical stuff is going to heal.